Hello, I'm Roberto from Argentina. I'm an architect. I've been working on the architectural visualization industry for the last 25 years. And I started working with TouchDesigner for the last 7 to 8 months. It's been really fun. So I want to share my one of my projects that I think it's very simple, but on the other hand, I think it's interesting since it has a lot of connection with Ableton. The concept of this idea is to create something similar as yeah, there you go.
Sorry about that.
Is to create something similar as Waterfall connected with a Kinect, so you can manage or have some influence on the water with both hands, with the position with both hands. So these two cycles will be interacting with the particles of the waterfall coming. And on the other hand, I connected these parameters coming from the Kinect with Ableton Live. So it controls some parameters on the sounds. I will share you how it works. I have to stand up since it doesn't work very well. Sorry, I have to play my Ableton session. Okay. That was a short demonstration on how it works visually and with audio. So I have a simple but complex at the same time network where I have the Kinect information coming. I have the Kinect version 1 that I think it works very well for this purpose. And I managed to split the information coming from the Kinect in two different parts. One is the one that will affect the information going through Ableton Live. And here you have like two different splits on the network. This is the left hand, and this is the right hand. I don't know if it has sense to be very specific on the parameters on each component, but I think maybe at this point it doesn't have any sense, right, William?
Sorry, what do you mean?
No. If do you think that it's interesting at this point to be more detailed on the parameters that I use on each component? But I think
as you wish. If you think it's relevant.
Maybe the most important ones. The basic idea is to have two different grids that are basically split on the middle on the the Y edge coordinates. So if you move your left hand to the left, this grid will be stretched up to the left, and the same with the grid related to the right hand. So as you can see, if I move my left hand to the left, it's stretched to the left and the right to the right. So that makes an effect on the particles that it seems like a wave, growing, you know. So if I stretch, the grids stretch, so the particles come in a bigger way, more expanded, and well, that have some impact on the particle noise also. So it has some movement and flowing movement on the particle system, and also in order to make these circles related to the position of the hand interact with the particle system, I created two metaballs that after some transform that are affected with the position of my hands are related to a force component where, well, it affects the behavior of the particles. So those two metaballs are attracted, or no, the metaballs attract the particle system with the movement. And then, well, the interaction between Ableton Live and TouchDesigner, it has like two ways. One coming from TouchDesigner to Ableton, and the other way around. Some sounds that will affect from Ableton to TouchDesigner. So I think that's a bridge, that two-way bridge between TouchDesigner and Ableton, it's interesting. In this case, you will see that the channel coming from my left hand on the Y axis affects on this Ableton, the TD Ableton parameter component on my Diva track, on the device Diva, and I linked it to, well, in this case, let me recheck, is the channel 3. So what I did is in this VST, you can add or connect every single parameter that you want here. You only have to do is to, well, open this arrow, and it will open this configure button. And if you click here, it will turn everything to green, and just simply clicking on every single parameter here, you will be able to control this VST parameter from TouchDesigner, because this parameter will be will appear here in this parameter window. So, well, in this case, as easy as you can see, the Y position of my left hand will control the tune parameter for this VST. And well, the same procedure I made for another channel that will control this VST that controls the feedback on this extra VST in Ableton Live. So I have a VST that will create the synthesis sound, and then I added this Valhalla frequency echo that, as I showed you before, I added this feedback parameter, and I can control it over here with this parameter from the TD Ableton component. And the other way around, I have this other TD Ableton component that is called Ableton track, that you have several parameters that will come from a specific channel in your Ableton live session that in this case controls the size of the balls that are linked to my hand position, as you can see. So when this drum is being played, I select the level coming from Ableton Live on this channel. As you can see, I selected both channels, and I filtered it so it's not too aggressive on the shape on the ball. And then, well, I added a math so I can reduce the size and the impact on the size of each ball. So you can see that I linked this to this uniform scale parameter on both balls. So, well, as you can see, I have information coming from Ableton that will affect my geometry here, and also information coming from TouchDesigner going through Ableton Live and affecting different parameters on different VSTs in Ableton Live. So I think, well, this is a starting point, and you can be extremely creative in order to, well, send information coming through one software to another, and also, well, to make it more interesting, interacting with the Kinect and, well, managing different values and stuff. So, well, I think it's a simple way to start, because I was trying to test this, I think, basic setup in order to create something visually attractive and to be able to interact with the sound and with the visuals. So, well, I think that's it at the moment. The particle system is not the particle GPU. It's a simple particle system. And for rendering, I have two geos, one attached to the balls that have a simple noise that, well, make it more interesting, and the other coming from the grids and the particle system. And, well, next to this, I have one rendering component and, well, a standard feedback loop with some extra processing in order to make it look more fluent as a waterfall. And, well, I think it's pretty simple from the rendering component until the end, and that's it. I made some tests at home. This is the front facade of my home, where I was mapping my projector there. And last Friday, I invited a couple of friends to play with this visual, and I think it was very interesting. This has 15-meter tall with 10 meters height. So I think the scale, when it comes to a very impressive scale, well, it has more sense. You can see the hand of my friend there interacting with this waterfall coming from the roof. Well, and that was the idea, to play a little bit. For me, new techniques.